Hello and welcome to Assorted Meeples. I'm going to be your host today, Phillip, and I am doing a print and play build for the game, or a upcoming Kickstarter for a game of Swords and Shields. This is a print and play only edition, and I reached out to the creators of the game and asked, hey, if you would like, I can do a couple of videos for you. Your game, the game looked really interesting, and I wanted to help because I like making games and I like playing games, so it seemed like a win-win. I was already backing anyways, so away we go. Now, I have to say, with getting the print and play, this game is gorgeous, and reading the rules, it is a simple and pretty easy to learn game. I've read the rules once. I need to go back and reread it and play it. Actually sit down and play a game, but I am very interested and ready to get this one on the table. I keep trying talking Heather into it, but she's playing hard to get on this one. I know, I make her play too many new games. It's a thing I do because I have too many games in my collection already. But let's get to what's actually going on in this video, shall we? Okay, so the file they sent me was the standard front and back. These are 8 cards on a page. Usually there is 9, but that's okay. This was really well laid out. I was impressed with the quality of it, but I wanted to go through and make these gutter folds. So as you can see, what I'm doing right here is moving things around so that it all makes sense. When I fold it, it all comes out perfect because I have a little bit of OCD issues. Next thing we do, once we're happy with it, is we print it. So yeah, look at that lovely printer, just popping pages out. Page after long and lonely page. I am perfectly happy with my new printer I got, and I got an EcoTank by Epson, and it has actually enabled me to print games at home rather than having to go to a print shop. The next part is, with Gutterfold, you're going to first crease your pages. So this is me staring directly into a light, lining up my borders on my edge, and then folding it down good and tight, making sure that I have a good hard crease. That way they come out perfect. And I obsess a lot about it, and that thing, I don't understand what was wrong with that light. It was just brutal mean to me. So yeah, this is a lot of print and play, is repeat processes over and over and over again. I was also fighting my hair that day. It was a wonderful thing. I should have tied it up, but I chose not to. Pardon life in the background as well. I can only do so much some days. Keep the horde at bay. The next process is, so I have my laminate sheets here. What I'm doing is I am lining up the edge of my laminate sheet on the edge into that crease just perfect, so when I fold it over, it works out nicely. Now, I cannot do it very well. As you can see from this video, I messed up time and time and time again. It was not fun. It was not right. But I got the job done eventually. So yeah, just watch me struggle. So much struggle. But I use this method because the laminate core produces a very nice and very similar result to a regular playing card. With that, I can shuffle the rifle shuffle cards, and they feel really good in your hand. They have a nice density that I like. Man, it takes a really special talent to be as bad at this as I am. But that's okay. The next little bit that I'm doing here is when you do this laminate core method, you actually have to cut your pieces so that you have no laminate hanging out. Otherwise, the sticky pocket side will melt to your rollers and ruin your laminator. And nobody wants that. Nobody ever wants that. Other people have gone before me and shown me that was not the way. So here I am. Now what I could have done, that I should have done, that I didn't do, was I should have actually cut this down properly rather than just making rough cuts and then going back and doing it. I should have cut it right along the card edges, leaving 4 of them together. But, you know, you live, you learn, you move on with life, and you call it a day. These cards really did come out quite nicely. I'm very happy with the final result, even if I made more work for myself than I really should have. But that's okay, because everything you build, while it may not be perfect or as perfect as you want, is always something new. Now we're just doing the fun part where we're just running them through. Honestly, it's not that much fun. It's just watching your thing and putting sheet after sheet after sheet into the laminator. But it is pretty cool to just drop them in real fast and watch them feed through. And now this is the final part where I'm sitting and I'm cutting right down the edges on each side all the way around. And this is precision work. This is where you're trying not to mess up. This is where you find out whether you actually did your cards right or if you messed them up and they're all off center to your card backs. This build, I did a very good job. There's a few cards that are not aligned right, but almost all of them are perfectly centered, which surprised me a little bit. I was impressed with my ability to get this done, although I am thinking after fighting the gutter fold for that hard and long that I am going to just say no to that ever again. I would rather glue the pages together, realign like that all the time, than keep forcing myself to do the fold method because it just did not lay in there very nicely at all. And nice strong cuts and pulls all the way through. And you have tiny little pieces everywhere when you're done with this. It's rather fun. But that is the end of the video. I had a ton of fun building them. Here is the completed deck. The one thing that I did not record that I always go and do is I have a corner rounder. So like all professional cards, these have nice rounded corners rather than squares. And these are a little thinner than I usually like, but I forgot I usually get printed on a heavier paper. But as you can see, while they're a little floppier, they actually do a nice rifle shuffle. And that is one thing that you really want in your cards, is that ability to shuffle well. So now it'll be a matter of, actually I have to go through and pull out because this is a deck builder, bit of a deck builder. So I'm gonna have to pull out all the starter cards and all the extra cards that I just shuffled in. Because while I wanted to show you how to shuffle it, or how nice these cards are for shuffling, I just made my job a lot harder. But thank you guys very much for watching, and we will see you guys next time. All right, bye.
If you like what you just saw, please support us by hitting that like button and subscribing to our channel for more great gaming content.